Hello, all you wonderful people out there, and welcome back to my media museum. Today, I got something really cool to show you. These are the Nintendo Scratch Game trading cards, and they're really something to see. They're really fun. I played with them. I got a complete set of unused cards here that I can share with you. If I dig through the closet, I could probably find some done ones, and I might do that at a later date, but not today. So here we're starting off with Super Mario Brothers, level 1, and moving on with Super Mario Brothers. And I like the way that it takes you through all the levels of the game. You get to see all of the bosses. But yeah, I don't know if these have any real value to them. I'm assuming they do because they were an official Nintendo product from 1989. So I would assume. I haven't taken the time to look them up. The backs explain to you how to play the game and tells you there's 60 scratch-off game cards. They're made by Topps. And that was screen 1 through 9 of Super Mario Brothers. And this is screen 10. The instructions are slightly different on each card. I guess I could go back and show you those in more detail. But the thing that changes is what you're trying to accomplish, there on each individual card. Some of them are just get 3 arrows. Some of them are, you find 3 squids and you lose. So there was some different. I thought the backs were all going to be the same, but there are some slight variances on the instructions that were given on each individual card. But for the most part, you were wanting to find arrows. That's what you're really looking for the most part. But then, after the last scene of Super Mario, which let's see what it says on the back of it. Find arrows to move on. Find 2 switches to win. So there's multiple ways of winning. But then we went to Super Mario Brothers 2, being the next game. And this is the one actually where you get to see all the bosses. I was talking about you get to see all the bosses. Well, really, in Super Mario Brothers, there was only Bowser. He was at the end of every level. But Super Mario Brothers 2 got a bit more creative, and we did get different bosses. And they're showing you the different bosses here on the cards for Super Mario Brothers 2. I love Super Mario Brothers 2. Man, I probably played it every bit as much as I played Super Mario Brothers, because I played Super Mario Brothers for years while getting into other things. But when Super Mario Brothers 2 came out, that's where the focus was for a little while. So it was one of those cartridges that just stayed in the machine for a while. So we've got 2 more to finish this series. You'll see that was 8 of 10 before it moves on to the next game. So the last 2 Super Mario Brothers 2 cards. And I like the way they show you the princess there at the end. Yeah. And then after that, they went to Zelda, one of my all-time favorite Nintendo games. This one wasn't quite like with Mario Brothers and Mario Brothers 2. Zelda was awesome. Zelda 2, not so much. They changed the gameplay, and that is next. After we look at the Zelda cards, we get the Adventure Link cards. And while I did like it, and I did play it, it wasn't nearly as good, in my opinion, as the first game, whereas Super Mario Bros. 2 was every bit as good or not better than the first one. I really like this one because I love dragons, so anything with a dragon is definitely going to generate a little more interest for me personally. The big floating eye. Eye of the Beholder, some people would call it. And not so sure just how interesting or exciting these back cards are, especially since you're not going to be scratching them off. So I think I may not bother with the rest of the backs. Simply because it's really the artwork here on the front of the cards. It's really cool. And some of them may be even hard for you to see where the silver options are. Now this one's not hard to see, of course. It stands right out. But on that last one and not even on this one. I thought this one might be a little harder to see. But on that first one there, when I first started talking about it, some of those can be hard to see. It's all about the lighting and reflections. But we were done with The Legend of Zelda, and now we're on to the Adventures of Link. So that's the next 10 cards. There were 60 cards in total, 10 cards for each game, 6 games covered. So far we've been through Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, Zelda, and the Adventures of Link. So if anybody cares to guess what the next 2 games are, you'd probably be wrong. Because they're not what I would have expected to see. So, and the Adventures of Link cards, like I said, the backs, I'm not going to get too involved with looking at those. And we're going to do this in 2 parts. I'm going to show you all of the playing cards, and then I will show you the stickers in a separate video, simply because I think we'd go just a little bit over our 12 minutes. And so we'll keep this down to just the playing cards. And that's an interesting, if you played Adventure Link to the end, that's a kind of interesting card to show you who was the bad guy. Then, the 5th game in the series, Double Dragon. Yeah, well, you know, it was a fairly popular game, I do believe. I played it a little bit, not a lot. I played it more than the last game that we're going to see in this card series. The movie was funny, if not meant to be. Let me show you the backs here so you can see that Double Dragon logo, if nothing else, as presented on the back of the card. But yeah, the Double Dragon movie. What can you say? Nintendo did not have a lot of good luck making movies out of their films. The Super Mario Brother movie, the original one, was horrible. The one from 2023, I have not seen yet, but I have heard nothing but good things about it. So I am looking forward to seeing it. It just came out a couple weeks ago, so I've just been a little dragging my feet on picking up a copy to check out. And here's the last game in this card series is Punch-Out. And if I remember right, there is no Mike Tyson. So I don't know if the original Punch-Out didn't have Mike Tyson and then they upgraded it with the sequel. It was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. But I do remember there being a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I do remember a friend of mine having a hell of a time beating him at the end. And so when I look at these cards and I see all these different characters and it ends with Mr. Sandman, not Mike Tyson, it was kind of a head scratcher for me. It wasn't what I was expecting to see. Maybe old Mike wanted too much money. Who knows? I have no idea why. Like I said, it might have been 2 different games. Punch-Out was not a game that I liked. Ring King. I played Ring King more than Punch-Out. Punch-Out probably a bit more realistic than Ring King, yes. But I just thought Ring King was a ton of fun. So, and there you go, Mr. Sandman. I'm assuming he was the big bad guy at the end of Punch-Out. There's a shot at the backs of some of the Punch-Out cards for you. And we're going to wrap that up there, and we'll do a very short follow-up video showing you the stickers from this card set. Back in a few.